Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, traders. This is your monthly recap. We're going to have a look at what happened on the month of September, and then we're going to look at see what the market is doing right now, and is there any support, any resistance, any pattern formation, and if we can really identify anything that's really going on that's showing some true direction in this market as we currently speak. If you've been watching my weekly recaps leading up to this, you'll get a fair idea what I'm going to talk about, because I've tried to tell people about the support and resistance levels that have been sort of with us time and time again, and I'm going to go over those again today to show you what actually happened this month. Right now we're looking at a Dow Jones chart. Okay, the Dow Jones is the top 30 stocks in the US. So this is the Dow Jones chart, and what we're looking at now, we're looking at a daily chart here. So every little bar, it represents one day. And what we're looking at, we're just looking at this month of September, but basically focusing on what happened last month. And you can see our proprietary moving average we use every day in the trading room. See how it formed a resistance here, resistance here. Now, notice one thing here, and this is exactly the thing what we teach in trading room every day. Notice how the market came running up here, bounced here, bounced here, bounced here, bounced here, and ran up. Notice how once it actually broke out of that uptrend, it started to break down. Now, look at the funny thing is this: if I just extend that trend line out, a little bit there, notice this. Notice how once it actually broke that uptrend, it couldn't even touch it. Meaning this support line through here should identify a good resistance level on the other side. Now, if I just draw a trend line from the bottom to the upside again, look at that. Notice how when I draw the trend line from the bottom to the upside, we're actually losing strength. And now, look at the breakdown. Look, we actually had one bounce, two bounce, and then a breakdown down to the bottom side. And then look what happened. It ran straight back up and formed resistance through there. And then that's when we started our overall downward trend. Okay, so I just want to teach you about that, because that's momentum. Reading charts is really is definitely key. Come to our trading room. I'll teach you exactly how we do that every day, and how you can start picking probability and direction. That was telling us that the market was going to start stepping down. But the thing we're looking at now is we definitely have to look at the bigger picture, which is the weekly chart. So let's go have a look at the weekly chart here. And we can see that the overall weekly chart has been down. You can see it's nicely channeling from the high to the low, and from the high, you can see if I just get the exact same trend line, and I'm just going to be drawing a bit of a channel through there, and probably there we go. As you can see, it's actually bouncing, support, resistance, and also support and support. That's forming a nice channel to the downside. But one thing we must say is, if I just open up this chart a little bit from here, notice how we've been talking for months and months on now that this resistance on this moving average, this is our long-term, our major proprietary moving average we use every day in the trading room to identify where the overall direction is going, where key major support and resistance are, and if it starts to break below that, we're likely to get a bit of resistance. If it starts to break above it from here, it's likely to find a bit of support. And that's exactly what happened. It ran up, and I was telling everyone and warning everyone for the last coming 3-4 weeks, be careful of this moving average, because it is acting, and it has a very high probability chance, no certainty, but a very high probability chance that it's going to resist at that, and therefore the market has continued to come down there. I don't believe that this downside action has come out of anything unordinary. I just believe it's came out what the charts were actually telling us, and that's very crucial and absolutely key to your long-term success, understanding how to read charts, and especially the patterns and what they're telling you, and reading the story of where it's likely to go. Now, we're looking at that, but you can see how the market ran down through here and found a bit of support. Now, let's just squeeze our chart up a bit here, and let's just see if we can identify any support or resistance levels. Notice how we had a bit of support or resistance around this level here. Okay, notice how we had that. Had a bit of resistance through here, bit of support there as well. Okay, so see that support resistance, and notice we have something going on through down the bottom there as well. Okay, so we have a bit of support here, bit of support here, and bit of resistance. Resistance, as we talked about, resistance broke through, and that became support, and now look where we are right now. But let's go have a look at a closer look here, and notice that for the last couple of weeks and many weeks before that, it could not actually close below this nice support level here. Even though we're getting some big downside action, we're getting this whippy action, meaning big down, big up, big down, big up. And it's very crucial to understand how to trade, if you are trading stocks at this moment, how to trade stocks in this current volatility. Not many people are used to this sort of volatility. That's why a lot of people are going bankrupt. But there's only a small percentage of people out there that are actually making money, like our trading room, and doing very well at it. We've got about a 70% success rate. Come out, check our trading room out. You won't regret it. On how to identify good trading opportunities in this current volatility. You need to understand that. Alright, so we can see that if we had that support level that we drew, we can see that's where it's finding a lot of support through here. If I just bring up my daily chart, notice how it continues to find a massive support through here. Massive support through there. That's telling me that there's a lot of support where we are right now, and we're likely to get a bit of a pop from here. Where's the overall direction from here? Well, we're looking at a daily chart now. Let's flick back to the weekly chart. Overall weekly says it's still down. Okay, still down. And we're still in a bearish market, and I will not turn bullish unless my charts tell me it's turning bullish. And that means, for one, start to break above both these moving averages, because as we can see, once it starts breaking below these moving averages, you start to get a very bearish effect on the market. Now, once the chart's telling me it's going to have a bull effect, that's when I'm going to start saying it's going to have a bull effect. I believe very shortly we're going to start forming a bit of a bottom formation, and then if it does start to turn bullish, I will let you know or what's actually happening, as I've been saying for the last couple of weeks with these moving averages. Okay, so let's just quickly also have a look. So that's the Dow Jones chart. Looks like we are looking at the daily chart. A lot of support through there, and it looks like we're trying to get a bit of a pop to the upside, at least around about the 11,500 mark, around about there. Maybe I reckon a bit of a volatile month for October as well. So let's have a quick look at the Australian stock market. The Australian stock market, ran down, and once again our proprietary moving average came into play. Ran down, popped back up, and found resistance. We had two big up days, and look where it stopped, right on our moving average. Proprietary moving average we use every day, and then it came down, formed a double bottom. Now let's go have a look at the weekly chart here to see if we could find out where that found support. Because if you could see the support resistance, you could sort of preempt and have a good identification where it's likely to find here. So let's go through a bit of support resistance. Notice how the market found resistance here, ran down, and found resistance here. If I draw a resistance line there, notice how resistance broke back up. And notice we also have something through there as well. Okay, so I'm just identifying these levels here. Resistance here, resistance here. Okay, can everyone see that? Okay, fantastic. So, resistance, and what we talked about during this video is resistance becomes support. Resistance, market breaks back up and finds support. Find support at this line here, find support at this line here. Now let's go to our daily chart and see what's happening now. And there we go. Double bottom here as well. So nice support levels and nice resistance levels as well. And if we just check out this just here, we can see that the overall market is still continue to be in this overall bearish channel through there. So what we're looking at is a bearish market, but I believe we're going to get a bit of a pop to the upside very shortly. I hope this has helped you get a bit of a direction in the market. Please come down, check us out. You will not regret it. And this is what we do every day to teach you how to get the direction right. Please have a great afternoon or great morning wherever you are, and I'll speak to you next time. Trade in the stock market is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee your profit from the information provided. The information in these videos is meant for educational purposes only. That being said, I've been trading the market profitably for many years. So please, do your own homework and make sure you look after your current financial situation.